Well, let's just give you a recap on one of the stories we are following up for you this afternoon, and that is the ASK show happening at the Jamhuri grounds. And the president has just arrived. And as you can see, his motorcade racing its way inside the arena, where he'll be giving an address as well as top government officials drawn from the Agriculture Ministry, and we shall be waiting to hear on the fate of farmers who the government promised to actually had pledged to pay the outstanding balances, that is 3.5 billion shillings that farmers had supplied maize to the National Cereals and Produce Board. Well, it is a colorful day that is ongoing right there at the Jamhuri grounds, and we shall be definitely taking you back there to listen in on the speeches. And of course, some of the breeders will be awarded for their good work. Well, moving on, holders of Britam's 6 billion shilling bond redemption are looking forward to getting paid early this November. Well, the payment, which is subject to regulatory approval, comes just 7 months early and follows a meeting between Britam's management and the note holders. It also comes at a time when the company has received a 3.6 billion shilling windfall from the World Bank's investment arm, the International Finance Corporation, and Africa Invest. Britam hopes that the early redemption of the 5-year note will leave them with more legroom. Group Managing Director Benson Waregi said that the firm would go back to the market should the need arise.
And management looked into that matter and came to the conclusion that we are paying 13% on the bond. You'll be reinvesting at 9%, which is not a bad return, 9%. And looking at what you have actually very eloquently described about the state of the corporate bond market in this country, the very fact that we are paying it is in itself a very high degree of comfort.
Logistics and warehouse specialist Improvon Group and growth market investor Actis have launched the Nairobi Gate Industrial Park, which is estimated to cost 11 billion shillings upon completion. While the development park sits on 103-acre land and is set to offer a state-of-the industrial and logistics accommodation for local and international companies. Speaking during the launch of the park, Industrialization, Trade and Cooperatives Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya says that the investment is a show of confidence in the country's business climate.
Nairobi Gate will incorporate this philosophy, and the developments that we put up will have a lot less coverage on the sites, allowing the larger yards, circulation of trucks, easy offloading and loading of products, adding to efficiency and productivity for those operators there, and in most cases segregated passenger vehicle parking areas from yards for the operators of this park.
There is no better indicator in terms of what the government is doing in creating the environment, the enabling environment for investments, than our consistent improvement in the ranking, our ranking in the ease of doing business that is always carried out every year.
Well, some good news there for the capital city. Well, let's now talk matters agriculture, where small-scale farmers can benefit from the multi-purpose machinery which is being unveiled at the International Trade Fair. Iconic is one such company providing a range of machines with various functions to further mechanize the farming process. Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago affirms that the county will make financial support available for farmers who seek the same in order to elevate the agricultural efficiency. Malika Kazia now joins us live from the showgrounds.
International Trade Fair right here at Jamhuri Park. And with us, we have the governor of Uasin Gishu County, who is going to be talking to us a little bit about the small-scale mechanization that is happening and how farmers are set to benefit from this technology. Governor, welcome.
Thank you very much, Kasim. First and foremost, I'm here as the governor for Uasin Gishu County, but I'm also here on my own capacity as a farmer from Uasin Gishu County. And as a farmer and also the governor, I've come to look at the available technologies for mechanizing small-scale agriculture in this country. One of the things that Kenyans have not known is that 60 to 70% of food provision in this country is actually being done by small-scale farmers. These are the farmers that, as county government, and agriculture is devolved, we want to concentrate and help them mechanize so that it becomes a little bit much faster, increase production through mechanization, and also conserve the soil. When you're using this kind of mechanism, the rotavator, the small plows, this is what we call minimum tillage, and in the process it also helps to conserve our soils and keep our soils healthy. So these are technologies that we are now promoting as a county. We are among the counties that this country is banking on when they talk of food security. We are among the counties that is going to help the national government realize their quest for food security in the country. And we cannot do that by concentrating on large-scale farmers alone. Small-scale farmers who make a big contributions are the ones we are focusing to support. And in the county government of Uasin Gishu, we've set aside funds for cooperatives movement through the Cooperative Enterprise Development Fund. We've allocated 300 million. We expect cooperatives now to borrow money and buy this kind of equipments. And our business as government is to promote this kind of technologies. So together with me here with the team from Iconic, I've already invited them to come to our field day in our agricultural training center in Chebororu so that they can demonstrate to my farmers. And do the cooperative movement, they can actually borrow money from our Cooperative Enterprise Development Fund and buy this equipment that will make it easier for them to farm. And also one of the things, you young people these days don't like going to the farm because it's no longer posh. You don't want to go and, use a djembe and so forth. So we also want to give you technology that will make the young people go back to the farm. Agriculture remains the leading sector in terms of employment creation. If we are to resolve unemployment in this country, we must put more resources on agriculture. We must mechanize so that people can produce more.
Absolutely, thank you. And you say, of course, you've set aside this 300 million so as to help the people from your county, the small-scale farmers, to access these kinds of mechanized, machinery so that they can actually benefit. And how long would it take for them to be able to get that loan from you? Are there certain processes?
It is how fast they apply. But we are only doing this through the cooperative movement. And some of the conditions that we require from a cooperative is you must have your audited books, you must have held your AGM, the governance structure must be in place, and the proposal you submit must be viable. Because this is a loan. It is not free money. It is a loan that must be repaid to the Enterprise Development Fund.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Governor, for speaking to us. And now we also have Charles here from Iconic, who's going to tell us a little bit about the machinery itself and how it works to help and benefit the small-scale farmers. So, Charles, what can you tell us about the innovation? What is different with this machine?
What I would actually talk about this machine is they are consumer friendly, as in they are easy for farmers to use, they are quick for farmers to use, they are cost saving, and they are actually, it's a machine that every farm, every farmer, every home should have. And it's something quite to consider. We can actually take a tour and show you the machine.
Yes.
This machine uses about 3 liters of petrol to prepare 1 acre land. 3 liters of diesel. That is quite fast, and that is what everyone actually needs. Then you'll do ploughing with this piece here. Once you're done with ploughing, you can also do furrow opening. You'll do furrow opening with this, and the rotavators. The rotavators are used for preparing land. Rotavators are used for land that we are always digging and planting, which is what the small-scale farmers have. They do not have a lot of land to spare. They need rotavators to always dig and plant. Yes.
So it definitely has a lot of functions. It's very cost effective for the farmer and is going to take his farming to the next level.
Yes, indeed. This machine will actually cost you 110,000, or a diesel model will cost you around 135,000. And it's a machine you get value for your money. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Yes, what about this VAT when it comes to your machine?
Well, this one is not like diesel. Only diesel will have a bit of fuel. This one does not have VAT. It does not have duty, and that's why the cost is that low. We also train you and deliver to your home. So no hassle, just come, make your order, and we are good to go.
Thank you very much. That is Governor for Uasin Gishu County, and Charles joining us from the iconic agricultural machinery. As you can see right there, they've shown us some of the machines, how cost effective they are, and how much they can help the small scale farmers, especially those who require to grow different kinds of crops and to be able to sustain these in the long run.
Interesting. A lot to learn from the trade fair, and indeed, let's now take you to the side where we have the livestock, where our colleague Philip Keitani is on that end. And Philip, what can we learn from the livestock that breeders that actually at the Nairobi Trade Fair?
And on this side, we have one big bull that is a champion. I don't know what category it won, but I am with one of the stewards here, and he will tell us where exactly the farm is and what they are doing here and what the bull won in what category. Tuniambia majina yako kamili, mmetoka wapi na ndume wako anaitwa nani?
Majina yangu ni Isaac Mnyendo Kutuhulu. Natoka katika shirika la ADC kaunti ya Trans Nzoia, Naifam ADC.
Umekuja na wanyama wangapi hapa?
Nimekuja na wanyama 24.
Naona huyu ndume wako ameshinda. Ana jina kweli ama?
Ana jina, anaitwa John.
John.
Yeah.
Alishinda kategori gani?
Yeye ni champion na anashinda kwa kategori ya Boran.
Okay. Ana umri wa miaka ngapi na ana kilo kama ngapi hivi?
Ana umri wa miaka 7 na ana kilo 1000.
Kwa hao ndume wako, ng'ombe wako wote umewaleta, wote wako na karibu kilo ngapi hivi?
Kuna wale ng'ombe wa kilo 600, 550, kuna wale wa 400 na wengine ni 480. Yeah.
Alafu naweza mnunua ndume nikitaka ama lazima nikuje kwa shamba?
Huyu ndume kwa kununuliwa kwake anaweza kununuliwa akiwa shambani. Yeah.
Procedure ni ipi ya kununua ndume?
Procedure ni kuwa unapokuja katika shamba kuna managers ambao wanahusika na mambo ya yale ndume na utaweza kulipa.
Okay. Kwa hilo shamba mko na wanyama wangapi hivi?
Tuko na nyama 1250.
Okay. Na wote ni Boran?
Wote ni Boran.
Mnawalisha na nini na saa ngapi ama mnawalisha mara ngapi kwa siku?
Hawa wanyama na graze tu kwa farm. Okay. Wanaenda grazing tu.
Okay. Yeah. Aya, asante sana. Na pongezi kwa ushindi.
Amen.
Okay. That is one of the farmers who had brought their, one of the stewards from the ADC farm in Kitale, who had brought some of their animals to the showground. I'm also seeing there are so many students here. I don't know. Naweza zungumza na nani hapa? Mmoja wenu? You tell me what you've seen, what you've learned. Come stand here. You tell me what your name is and which school you're coming from.
My name is Elizabeth from St. Catherine Lamagals in Machakos.
Okay. Why are you in the showground today?
I've come to learn more about agriculture.
Okay. So far, what have you seen?
I've seen so many categories of cows, both dairy and beef breeds, and I've learned a lot.
You've only seen cows and nothing else?
Yeah, I'm still going to see more.
Okay. would you like to be a farmer when you clear school, or are you just here to have fun and get a few that you'll use to pass your exams?
I would like to be a health officer for animals.
For animals?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That is very nice. Thank you very much. That is one student from a school in Machakos, and as we continue to go around the showground, and we'll tell you more about what we see, what farmers are doing, and even more new technologies that are being presented in this part of the country this day. Thank you very much. Back to studio.
Thank you so much, Philip. Indeed, a lot to pick out there when it comes to the big bulls, the Borana bulls. Well, it's not all about livestock. It's also about innovation at the show this year, as our colleague Julia Wino went out and about to find out something around the opportunities of using solar pumping systems. Here now is more from Julie.
Innovation has been one of the key agendas in this international trade fair organized by ASK, and right now we want to identify some of the other unique innovations that we have in the agriculture industry and how they're going to impact the farmers. Right now we have the solar water pump that is actually right here, and I am with Stephen Mwangi. Stephen Mwangi is the mind behind such kind of pumps, and is going to tell us what exactly. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. And first of all, what is happening here first?
This is called solar water system. This solar water system is an innovation that we are using this one for farmers. In the Republic of Kenya, we have advantage because we have water shallow well in Ukambani where there is a lot of sunlight, and we use now the opposite. The opposite of sun is you get water. This system, we call it store water instead of energy, or you use water directly from the well to your farm. You can do it from the river, from the well, from shallow well, and we form part of the Agenda 4. As the President said, that we have to be part of the Agenda 4.
Yes. Let me also ask you, how much does it need for you to purchase such a kind of system as a farmer?
In fact, for now, we are giving people the best price, the best discount. To buy this pump, plus the 2 solar panels that are running the pump, we are only selling them at 25,000 only. This is the pump and the 2 solar panels. This pump can pump water up to 12 meters, but we have all ages. Starting now, this is our smallest. This is our smallest for farmers. This one is pumping water for only 12 meters, or that is 6 feet. This one is giving you between 3,000 and 5,000 liters per hour, depending with the sun, how the sun is. Yes.
What would you say it's its main unique feature compared to the traditional methods that have been used before in terms of accessing water to farms?
Because once you use this, you don't need no other cost. You don't have to complain to the government because of fuel. You don't have to have a generator. You only need to have this one, and then you do your farming.
But at the same time, I can see some electricity, like it's connected to electricity. Isn't this costly also?
No, this is not connected to electricity. This one is collecting power from the solar panel, which are behind here, because there's no sun here. Then directly pump the water. This is solar system directly. No power, no any other power. No battery, no added power. Connect to the solar panel, directly to the pump.
Yes. If you could also tell us how many farmers have adopted this so far, since you probably brought it out in the market?
We have about, so far we have about 1,000 farmers who are using the pumps, including the shallow and the deep well pumps. This one goes from now, this one, and we are also doing what we call pump conversion. We confirm the big borehole of up to 230 meters. We put solar panel. We use another gadget here called pump inverter here. So we use the same system to pump water from big borehole. We convert it now to AC so that we can run the pump in a capacity.
Thank you so much, Stephen. As you've heard, this is only costing 25,000 shillings. It is quite affordable for most farmers in the market. And as Mwangi has also said, that this is sustainable. It doesn't need electricity. This is purely solar involved in this kind of innovation. Over to you in studio.
Well, indeed, some technology there around our solar water pumps. And we are still staying it live from the Nairobi International Trade Fair, where the President Uhuru Kenyatta has actually arrived, and the prayers are currently ongoing, and we should be getting more updates from that end, especially what will be the President's message to farmers across the country who are still waiting to be paid their dues after they supplied maize to the National Cereals and Produce Board. Well, the trade fair will be carrying on till Sunday, and today the president is officially opening the international trade fair that has exhibitors drawn across the country and some from the region. One of the biggest outcomes for this trade fair will be trying to anchor the Big Four agenda, which one of them is on food security. What will be the president addressing this afternoon when it comes to tackling the food insecurity in the country? Those are live pictures at Jamhuri grounds that we are bringing for you at the moment. The speech is ongoing, and we see quite a packed arena today. Well, the show continues till Sunday, where we expect the Deputy President, he'll be closing the event. Let's briefly listen in on the speeches.
And appreciate the support that you have continued to accord us as our patron. And to our distinguished exhibitors and show visitors, we welcome all of you to Nairobi International Trade Fair. Your Excellency, we are happy to report that the trade fair has continued to register growth over the years. The various sections of the show, including trade, livestock, farm and dairy, as well as show visitors, have recorded an increase in number with over 320 local exhibitors and 68 international exhibitors participating this year, compared to 298 local exhibitors and 56 international exhibitors in the previous year. Sir, we also have with us the following foreign countries participating in this trade fair. And these are South Sudan, the COMESA Secretariat, China, India, Pakistan, and Tanzania, among many others. Sir, allow me to also recognize and appreciate the following stakeholders who have contributed in various ways to make this great event a success. One, the national government through the Ministry of Agriculture, the county government of Nairobi, the National Hospital Insurance Fund, and all exhibitors and partners that have exhibited, not just this year, but in the past. Sir, it is now my pleasure to call upon the Society Nairobi County Patron, Governor Sonko,